Hi, I'm Greg McMorrow from In a Pickle, and welcome to another episode of the Pickle Jar. This episode is a little bit different. Dave sent me a box in the mail, and he wouldn't tell me what's in the box. Besides, there's old baseball cards in the box, I'm pretty sure of, but I don't know what else is in the box. And when I say he sent me a box, this is what he sent me. Like, this is a big box. This is big enough that you could send like a baby in it. I don't never send a baby in a box. That is not a thing to do. I'm opening it, kind of. Also, this thing, I don't. Yeah, it's like a plastic, but it's great. I don't think it can cut like a person for whatever reason. See, like, whoa, it cuts boxes. Great. I don't want anyone seeing my address, especially the Barstool sports people like Frank the Tank, because he'd probably just come over here and steal my identity. Let's see. Let me get this open. Man, he really put a lot of tape on this thing. All right. See what we got here. I don't want to see too much of the box because not that I don't trust you people, but you don't need to know where we live. You don't need to know our addresses. Unless for whatever reason we give you our address, which probably is very unlikely, but you never know. Oh boy. There is oh boy. So here's the baseball cards. Baseball cards. We'll open a couple of those. Take a quick peek in there. He's got oh, I think I know what this is just by looking at the size of it. Sammy Stewart, baby, look at him. Oh man. If you remember a few weeks back, we did the Sammy Stewart episode. He was a character. He was a decent pitcher, but he had some drug problems, and he got his life turned around towards the end. But man, that that is, I don't even know where I'm going to put this. I don't know if I should put it in my bedroom. Because maybe I want to wake up in the morning and when I see Sammy Stewart giving me a thumbs up and winking, I'm just going to be like, I know it's going to be a good day. I know everything's going to be okay. Now that I've seen this guy. Wow, that is great. Thanks, Dave. Now I'm going to have to figure out something that I can send to you. If that is great. Oh, that's too funny. He's going to sit right here with me. All right. We'll go. Sammy approves. We are gonna, let's see, actually, let me put a pillow behind him. Maybe we can and Dave even sent me the hangers. What a guy. Look at that. We'll put Sammy right there so he can. We'll do a few cards here. Stuck to my finger. That is great, Dave. I'm sure I'll be texting you in a minute. Thank you for that, because that is great. And also, that's not what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be the Stan Musial puzzle, picture of the puzzle that I've been talking about, that I've been getting. But this, I mean, that would have been great, but this is, it doesn't get much better than the Sammy Stewart baseball card. Look at him. Unbelievable. That is good stuff right there. All right, let's see. So Dave, I believe Dave handpicked these. So we got a Bobby Bonilla. Of course, everyone knows Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid to this day. We got Charles Nagy here. Look at, like, who's like, get on the treadmill or what is it, or elliptical, whatever that is, and we'll take a picture of you. I believe Charles Nagy, is he the one that we we did a story about where he liked the prostitutes. God, and we might have, I can't remember. So again, maybe that's a lawsuit. Here's another card. Like, what is that's a badminton racket. Like, what, how does that even happen? Like, was Jeff Conine, like, which I like Jeff Conine, he was a good player. Was he like, how about me want to, how about I'm holding like a badminton racket? And like, whatever you want, Jeff, do it. And then he was probably like, what about the shuttlecock? And they were like, too far, Jeff, too far. Oh, here's Greg Jeffries. Again, the double G, a little excessive. You don't need it. You can drop that G. Something I didn't mention in the episode when I got this Greg Jeffries card, I think this is the same one. I had read in, I don't know, I was in like, I don't know what grade it was. I was a kid, fourth grade, third grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, 28 years old, whatever. That Greg Jeffries, what he did would take a wiffle ball bat into the pool with him and take swings. So that's what I started doing. My only problem was I couldn't hit a baseball. It was all bunting. So you don't really have to go in a pool and bunt, you can't do that type of exercise in the pool to try to bunt. It doesn't make sense. But I would swing a baseball bat in my above ground pool thinking that it was going to help me become a better hitter. It didn't. So that's my story. Geronimo Baroa. That's a great name. John Candarelia, which I always have a hard time with. And I've got, since we started doing this show, I have like 50 of these cards. Talk about like, the common baseball cards. It's this one. And just look at him there. Like he looks like a chipmunk in a coat. But Scott Radinsky. Scott looks like the bully in every 80s movie. Got the mullet there. He's probably, probably rides a dirt bike. Like, give me your lunch money. Whoop. Dave Winfield. You got to love Dave Winfield. He might be in the 3,000 hit club. Good ball player. I believe he is a Hall of Famer. Dave Winfield. Oh, this guy. Jody Reed. Loved him when he played for the Red Sox. Had a woman's first name and the last name of a part to a brass instrument. So a woman's first name and a part of a brass instrument for the last name. Jody Reed. Oh, here we go. Don Zimmer, the gerbil. Look at that head. All right. Obviously, we're Red Sox fans. The fight, the incident, when Pedro threw this man to the ground by his head. You would too. If you saw that head coming at you, regardless if it was a 21-year-old kid or a 89-year-old man, you see that noggin coming at you, you're going to drop him. You're going to drop him. Drop him hard. Pedro did the right thing. He was just protecting himself. Sammy Stewart agrees. Oh, we got another Stormy Daniels card. He had an affair with former Home Alone 2 actor Donald Trump. We got Ted Power here, who's looking more like Tom Selleck in the Magnum PI days. Magnum PI days. When I was in high school, I think it was junior year, Miss Mestad. We had to make posters for Pi Day. And I wasn't a very good student. And I just made a poster that said Magnum PI on it with a picture of Tom Selleck. And she gave me a B on it. I think she thought I was a little slow. Debatable, but got a B on it. Wally Beckman. Look at that. That's called athleticism right there. Just jumping like it's no problem. Love it. Steve Garvey. It's just that looks like someone just took a picture of him with their regular camera. It's like, I missed baseball card day, and they're like, I got you covered. I'll take you a picture. Back in those days, it was just those picture huts that you dropped off. You film to, you wait like a week. So it took a while for them to get this card photo, but they eventually got it. And there he is. Pat Clements, who he didn't get the memo. They told him he can get rid of that hat, and he just kept wearing it. He looks like an actor. He looks like Matthew Modine. Is that who I'm thinking of? And I can't think of any movies that he's been in, but he looks like that actor. Oh, we got Dave Smith. You can't tell me that he hasn't, like, this is probably like the third day of his bender. Like, he probably hasn't slept in days. And he had to have his baseball card photo taken, and there he is, just like, oh, been partying with Steve Howe the last 3 days. Obviously, let's check this guy's story out. Did you know, signed by the Astros in June 1976 from July 18th, 1982 to the end of the season. Allowed runs on only 4 occasions. He enjoys fishing and hunting. That is a shocker. Yeah, Jesus. Steve Crawford. See that face there? Well, I'm gonna my face not too much. Looks like a high school history teacher instead of a pitcher. Let's see, career highlights. Missed most of the 82 and 83 season with an elbow injury. 3-sport athlete in high school, as well as a pitcher, catcher, first base prior to signing with the Red Sox. Spends his spare time teaching history. Well, there you go. And, I made that up. Kevin Seltzer. Throwing down the bunt. Again, like, did these guys not know how to bunt back in the day? Gee. That's why they called them old soda water. I don't know how to bunt. This is just the perfect baseball card pose. Steve Burrows, manager of the Giants, is a checklist card. But yeah, it was Eric's show. Team checklist. I believe that's the episode we're recording today. But yeah, that is it doesn't get more classic than that. That is a classic baseball card pose. We have Kirk Gibson, World Series hero. Wilson Alvarez. Look at him with the shifty eyes. We got a lot of, I think when these baseball players are told to do a look for the camera, they immediately go to the shifty eyes. Or like that's their thing. Like that's like their blue steals. Is like looking like they just did something, but they're kind of being like coy about it. Dibby McDowell. Dibby McDowell. Dibby. I got Dibbies on that one. His first 2 home runs, major league games, 8/17/86. Hit 2 home runs in that game. Dibby. He said, Dibby on the 2. I said, all right. Dave was nice enough to send me this Spring Fever baseball win for the 1989 spring training, which is kind of ironic that you could win a trip to spring training. You know, I don't know if they're paying for travel, but as you remember on the Marge Schott show, she didn't provide travel to the lots of the Reds employees to get to spring training. They had to find their own way there. So I wonder how many Reds employees were getting these packs of cards and mailing these in hopes that they would get that transportation to spring training. We got Bo Diaz. It's a good name, good card. We got Len Dykstra, which I didn't really like. I guess he went by Len for a little while, and then at some point it was like, no, it's just Lenny now. Like I'm an adult. You can call me Lenny. I think that's probably what happened. And look at that. Look at the young Len. So full of hope. I got to read his book. I believe Dave has the book. I only know parts of the book. Just some of the major point outs. And yeah, I gotta read that book. And then we got Ken Daly. How'd this guy ever make it to the bigs? I don't know. He doesn't even know how to use a baseball glove. Got two of them on. They called them two mitts, and it's pretty clear why they did. Terrible baseball player. Terrible baseball player. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Huh? Look at that. Together, father and son. Put that there with him. Got Tony Gwynn. Love Tony Gwynn. In my mind, he's the second best hitter of all time after Ted Williams in baseball. Love Tony Gwynn. Love the hair there too. Here's another just random card. Tim Flaherty with a surfboard. Like, do you bring the surfboard from home? Is it already there? How did this come about? How did this happen? Let's see. Does it have any like fun facts about like he likes to surf in the off season? No fun facts. This is interesting though. They do have at their best MLB stat breakdown where they show their stats, whether it's a day game, night game, home game, or a road game. That's pretty cool. So surf's up, man. Oh, here's one of our favorites. Mel Hall. Mel Hall. If you haven't listened to that show, listen to it because he is a creep. Listen to it. All right, we're going to do a few more here because I don't know how long this video has been going on for now. We'll do a couple more. Sorry, I just dropped the cards. We'll do a couple more. I've got all these still. I got these, and then I have these that came in the mail the other day, which these ones came with the old gum, which hopefully by now you're aware that Barstool Sports ripped that off from us, where it's, I don't want to say they did, but it's more than likely they did. And, you know, it's hard. It's hard being us here at In a Pickle, being trendsetters. We're like the coolest podcaster / radio host going right now. It's tough. It's tough, you know. We get it. Yeesh. Like this is just low-hanging fruit for a baseball card. Like, come on. Low-hanging fruit. I'm not even gonna address this one because I think that's what Upper Deck wants me to do. And kind of looks like an Upper Decker. Oh, who's this? Is it Darryl Strawberry? Man, I forgot that Darryl Strawberry played for the Giants. And this card, what is the deal with this card? It's in Spanish. Back there, it's in Spanish. No hablo. So I think that's it. I think we're gonna just do those ones for now, because I've been going on for a little bit. I'm still speechless about this one. My breath is taken away about this. This is a good one, Dave. I'm gonna have to find something to send you next. Dave and I, we live in the same state. We both live in Massachusetts. We're probably like 45 minutes, an hour away from each other. But because of the pandemic, we haven't seen each other in person in a while. It's actually been a couple of years, but that's just because of we're mutual friends and people moving away and breakups. So we actually haven't seen each other in person in a couple of years. But we see each other weekly through the Zoom, and sometimes things get sent through the mail. But this is great. So anyhow, that's another episode of the Pickle Jar. We got so many more cards to open, to look at. You know, just set a whole nother one of these, another handful of these. I got these, and I got another, I think 200 baseball cards coming. So we're not going to run out of shows. And luckily for Barstool Sports, they're going to get plenty of content to steal from us, though. So thanks for watching. Follow our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Every Tuesday, 365sportscast.com for new episodes of In a Pickle. And see you later.